Yes. Ready? Start. This is an appeal by the wife against the judgment of the High Court passing a decree of divorce on a petition filed by the husband under Section 13 of the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 stop para. Briefly, the facts are that the marriage between the parties took place on 2nd November 1992 at Mumbai, where the husband resides with his parents and other family members. Stop. The wife stayed in the matrimonial home up to 2nd June 1993. Stop. In between, she had returned to her parents' house at Bhuj on a couple of occasions to join her service as teacher in a municipal school there since prior to marriage. Stop. It is common case of the parties that on 2nd June 1993, the appellant wife left the husband's house for her parents' house at Bhuj for her first delivery. Stop. A son was born on 11th November 1993. Stop. The fact is clearly established on record that after 2nd June 1993, the appellant never returned to her husband to join him in the matrimonial home. Stop. In her evidence, the wife has said that the husband visited her off and on, stayed with her there. Stop. However, this statement has been denied by the husband. Stop. But as these statements were merely oral, the courts below have rightly not been relied upon them. Stop para. The undisputable fact is that on 30th September 1993, husband sent a notice to the wife through his lawyer alleging desertion on her part and also alleging that the wife wanted that the husband should resign his job and stay with the wife in Gujarat. Stop. This was on account of the fact that the wife was in a government job as a school teacher and was earning about rupees 7,000 per month, while the husband had a private job in which he was earning only rupees 1,400 per month. Stop para. The husband's case has been that because he was not making enough money while the wife was earning well, she always wanted him to stay with her there. Stop. The wife denied the allegations of the husband and stated that she was prepared to stay at Mumbai with her husband. Stop. While appearing as a witness in support of her own case, the wife has categorically maintained that she was willing to leave her job provided the husband was earning at least rupees 5,000 per month, that he could properly look after her and her son. Stop. Therefore, from the exchange of notices and the replies, only one thing emerges, that till 1996 there was no attempt on the part of wife to join her husband. Stop. Ultimately, on 31st December 1996, the husband filed a divorce petition seeking divorce on grounds of cruelty and desertion. Stop. The trial court, after recording evidence, accepted both the grounds and granted a decree of divorce. Stop. However, on a appeal filed by the wife, the lower appellate court reserved the judgment of the trial court and dismissed the divorce petition filed by the husband. Stop. The husband appealed to the High Court against the said order. Stop. The High Court, by the judgment which is under challenge in this appeal, confirmed the decree of divorce granted by the trial court, but only on the ground of desertion, as the ground of cruelty was not pressed. Stop. It is apparent from the judgment of the High Court that the learned judge made various attempts to bring about a settlement between the parties but failed. Stop. This is noted by the learned judge that both the parties appear to be adamant regarding their respective stands, that is, the wife is not prepared to leave her job in Gujarat unless her husband is available to earn a handsome salary. Stop para. Challenge in this appeal is to the judgment rendered by a division bench of the Odisha High Court, holding that the policy decision taken by the state in the matter of allotment of quarters on rotation basis was illegal. Stop. Adumbrated in brief, the factual background as projected by the appellants is as follows. Stop para. An executive order was passed by the Deputy Inspector General of Police in furtherance to a policy decision that quarters were to be allotted to all the Odisha state armed police personnel for a minimum period of 3 years. Stop. This order was passed keeping in view the dearth of family accommodation. Stop. It was also done with a view to ensure that every police personnel enjoyed the facility of rent-free accommodation. Stop. The practice and continued uninterruptedly for a long time. Stop. The system was developed to ensure that the employees are provided with quarters for a given period, and after completion of that period, they are required to vacate the quarters. Stop. This would enable other employees who are deprived of quarters to get quarters so vacated. Stop. Questioning legality of the orders, the respondents filed an original application number 758 of 1989 before the Odisha Administrative Tribunal. Stop. Challenge in the application was to the system of allotment of quarters by rotation. Stop. The tribunal dismissed the application, holding that it had no jurisdiction to consider the matter as the same was a dispute related to allotment of quarters which is not covered by the special accommodation rules. Stop. It was held that since quarters were allotted by contractual allotments, the special accommodation rules do not apply. Stop. After dismissal of the appeal, the applicants filed the writ petition number 3193 of 1992. Stop. In the writ petition, the High Court by its impugned judgment held that the policy decision of allotment of quarters on rotational basis was contrary to and inconsistent with justness and fair play. Stop para. In support of the appeal, learned counsel for the appellants submitted that the approach of the High Court is clearly erroneous. Stop. It failed to notice that the policy decision of the government is to be interfered with. Stop. However, no justifiable reason to question the policy decision was given. Stop. There is no appearance on behalf of the respondents. Stop. Operation of the impugned judgment was stayed by this court by order dated 8th May 1997. Stop. While exercising the power of judicial review of administrative action, the court is not the appellate authority, and the Constitution does not permit the court to direct or advise the executive in matter of policy or to sermonize any matter which under the Constitution lies within the sphere of the legislature or the executive, provided these authorities do not transgress their constitutional limits or statutory power. Stop. The scope of judicial inquiry is confined to the question whether the decision taken by the government is against any statutory provisions or not. Stop. Thus, even if the decision does not appear to be agreeable to the court, it cannot interfere. Stop para. The policy decision must be left to the government, as it alone can decide with policy should be adopted after considering all the points from different angles. Stop. In matter of policy decisions or exercise of discretion, so long as the infringement, if fundamental right, is not shown, courts will have no occasion to interfere with them. Stop. In assessing the propriety of a decision, even if a second view is possible, court cannot interfere. Stop. What is the best is not always discernible. The wisdom of any choice may be disputed or condemned. Stop. Mere errors of government are not subject to our judicial review. Stop.